Episode 1, The Journey Begins at Dawn. Gordon, the coastal haven of Wildemount. Gordon, a jewel along the Menagerie coast, is a vibrant city where the salty breeze carries the echoes of crashing waves and the warmth of the tropical sun. Lush greenery blankets the cliffs, and cobbled streets weave through bustling markets filled with exotic goods, arcane trinkets, and the lively chatter of travelers. The Grand Arcane Academy of the Order of the Phoenix stands tall above the city, its blue and white banners fluttering in the sea breeze, symbolizing knowledge, discipline, and the unbreakable will of its members. It is within this haven that Nathaniel Valtreya's story begins. In Gordon, Nathaniel found his home, not by blood, but by duty and faith. A male half-elf with piercing blue eyes and blonde hair often tied back in a warrior's knot, Nathaniel was raised within the hallowed halls of the Order of the Phoenix. His shining armor, adorned with blue shoulder plates and white cloth, bore the colors of the Order, and his shield and sword stood as extensions of his unwavering resolve. Nathaniel's tale is one of sacrifice and mystery. As an infant, his parents, Lord Erindor and Lady Lysera Valtreya, nobles from Rexcentrum, sent him away to protect him from unseen dangers that lurked within the Empire. Left in the care of the Order with only a ring bearing his family crest, a modest sum of gold, and a heartfelt note he treasures to this day, Nathaniel grew up knowing little of his origins, but much of duty, honor, and devotion. Faithful to his God and bound by the tenets of the Order, Nathaniel embodies the essence of a lawful good paladin. His resolve is unwavering, his heart unyielding, and his purpose clear. Though questions about his past linger in the depths of his mind, Nathaniel's true calling lies in his service to the Order and the people of Wildemount. Nathaniel Valtreya is not just a warrior, he is a beacon of hope, a seeker of truth, and a guardian of the realm. And this is where his journey begins. As Nathaniel sets out on his journey, he finds himself sharing a cart with Azmodan, a male red-skinned tiefling warlock draped in a deep purple robe with gold edging. The coastal road stretches before them, flanked by towering palm trees and vibrant wildflowers, with the distant sound of waves crashing against the cliffs. Nathaniel glances at Azmodan. "What brings you to this path?" Azmodan smirks softly, adjusting his robe. "I seek answers. A friend of mine has gone searching for UK Ottawa. I must find them, and in doing so, I hope to understand more of our shared God's will." Nathaniel nods thoughtfully. Faith and purpose guide us both. Perhaps our paths crossing was no coincidence. The cart creaks along the road as seagulls cry overhead. Azmodan chuckles. "No such thing as coincidence in a world of gods and magic, paladin." Nathaniel smiles faintly. "Then let's see where fate takes us." The sun begins to set, casting golden hues over the horizon as the two travelers journey toward Palma Flora, unaware of the adventures and challenges that await them. 2 weeks prior to Nathaniel and Azmodan's journey, we find Maddogg, a tanned human fighter, in the bustling city of Zadash. Though he currently resides here, his story began high in the Sirios Mountains, in the village of Volantim. Volantim is an ancient Aarakocra settlement nestled within the cliffs and caves of the Sirios Mountains. Built into an overhanging peak, the village is accessible only by flight, rendering it well hidden from outsiders. The Aarakocra here live in harmony with nature, their homes marked by brightly colored cloth or thatch. Temples dedicated to Melora and Erathis are carved into the cliffs, reflecting the community's reverence for nature and civilization. Despite being within the Dwendalian Empire's borders, Volantim remains self-governed due to its remote location. The village is also vigilant against threats, notably the nearby clan of Gore Feather Harpies. Born and raised among the Aarakocra, Maddogg's early life was shaped by the rugged mountain environment. In his early teens, his parents decided to journey to the Empire, seeking broader horizons for their son. However, during their passage through the mountains, tragedy struck. A dragon's shadow loomed overhead, and in the ensuing chaos, young Maddogg fled down a cliffside. When he finally turned back, his parents were gone, leaving him alone in unfamiliar territory. Eventually, Maddogg found his way to D-Stock. Surviving on the streets, he earned coin through street fights, showcasing a raw talent that caught the eye of a gladiator trainer from Zadash. Taken under the trainer's wing, Maddogg honed his skills in the arena, rising through the ranks to become a celebrated champion. Zadash, once the capital of the Jewless Dominion, now stands as a central crossroads in the southern region of the Dwendalian Empire. Built around a trio of towers known as the Tri-Spires, the city accommodates heavy traffic through its winding streets, serving noble diplomats, countless trade caravans, and messengers from across western Winnindir and the Menagerie coast. Zadash is a bastion of law, civilization, and military might, home to the Hall of Erudition, an extension of the Soltris Academy and a foothold of power for the Cerberus Assembly. Now, seeking new challenges, Maddogg prepares to depart from Zadash. Before he leaves, his trainer entrusts him with a final task: deliver a gold award to Sir Ben Dendrick in Palma Flora. Accepting this mission, Maddogg embarks on a journey that will soon intertwine with those of Nathaniel and Azmodan, setting the stage for their collective adventure. As Maddogg sets out, the road ahead is filled with uncertainty, but his resolve is unwavering. The path to Palma Flora promises not only the fulfillment of his trainer's request, but also the prospect of new alliances and unforeseen challenges. Chapter 2: Arrival in Palma Flora. Nathaniel and Azmodan finally arrived in Palma Flora, a vibrant coastal village bursting with energy. The annual shark hunting competition was just beginning, drawing crowds from all over the Menagerie coast. Banners fluttered in the sea breeze, music played from street performers, and the aroma of fresh seafood filled the air as excited voices echoed through the streets. The duo made their way through the bustling crowds to the local tavern, the Salty Fang. The tavern was packed with adventurers, fishermen, and travelers eager to celebrate the festivities. Nathaniel and Azmodan pushed through the crowd, finally reaching the bar to order drinks before finding an empty table in the corner. "Quite the welcome," Nathaniel remarked, taking a sip of his ale. Azmodan smirked.
"It seems the Menagerie Coast never lacks excitement. What do you think about joining the competition? Could be fun."
Nathaniel chuckled. "Tempting, but we've got other priorities." Before their conversation could continue, the tavern doors swung open with a loud bang. A muscular, bald-headed man with tanned skin and tribal tattoos strode in, his voice booming over the chatter.
"Oi, I'm looking for a Sir Ben Dendrick. Where's the mayor of this place?"
The room fell momentarily silent as all eyes turned to the newcomer. Maddogg, the boisterous barbarian from Zadash, was hard to miss. His rough demeanor and short temper were apparent, but there was a sharpness in his eyes that hinted at a focused and business-minded individual beneath the surface. Azmodan raised an eyebrow.
"Well, he certainly knows how to make an entrance."
Nathaniel nodded. "This should be interesting." As Maddogg scanned the room, Nathaniel and Azmodan couldn't help but feel that their paths were about to intertwine in ways they couldn't yet imagine. The festivities soon called everyone outside as the shark competition began. Crowds gathered along the beach as competitors swam into the sea, armed with spears. Nathaniel and Azmodan found a spot on the sandy shore to watch the action unfold. Meanwhile, Maddogg found Sir Ben Dendrick, a rotund man in lavish fantasy mayor attire, clearly intoxicated. With a rosy complexion and a jovial, if slightly disheveled, demeanor, Sir Ben greeted Maddogg warmly. "Ah, splendid! You've brought the medal." "Wonderful, chap, wonderful!" Sir Ben exclaimed, swaying slightly as he accepted the golden medal Maddogg handed over. This will be the prize for our valiant champion, yes indeed." Maddogg exchanged a few pleasantries with the mayor, who rambled about the competition, the odds he had wagered on certain competitors, and the quality of the local rum. With his task complete, Maddogg left Sir Ben to his festivities and made his way to the beach, joining Nathaniel and Azmodan to watch the competition as the excitement of Palma Flora's annual event filled the air. The shark competition began smoothly, with competitors eagerly diving into the turquoise waters, returning with small sharks as the crowd cheered. Vibrant banners fluttered in the sea breeze, and the tropical sun bathed the beach in golden light. About 15 minutes into the competition, the ground beneath Palma Flora trembled violently, as though an earthquake had struck. Panic spread through the spectators as they hurried to leave the beach. Nathaniel, scanning the shoreline, noticed that the water appeared to be rising higher onto the beach. His eyes widened in realization. Palma Flora wasn't being flooded, it was sinking. Before anyone could react further, Sahuagin warriors burst from the waves. These amphibious raiders had scaly, sea-green skin, rows of sharp teeth, glowing yellow eyes, and webbed claws gripping crude spears and coral-encrusted tridents. Their guttural hisses filled the air as they lunged at the fleeing crowd. Nathaniel, Maddogg, and Azmodan sprang into action. Nathaniel raised his shield and drew his sword, blocking a spear thrust before countering with a swift slash across a Sahuagin's chest. Maddogg charged headfirst, swinging his greatsword in wide arcs, severing limbs and sending the creature sprawling with each powerful strike. Azmodan's eyes glowed with arcane energy as he summoned eldritch blasts, the crackling purple beams scorching through the enemies. A Sahuagin leaped at Nathaniel from behind, but he spun just in time, his shield colliding with the creature's face, sending it reeling before his sword ended its threat. Maddogg grappled a particularly large Sahuagin, forcing it to the ground with sheer strength before driving his blade through its chest. Azmodan conjured a spectral tentacle from the depths, lashing out and pulling another Sahuagin into his line of fire, where a blast of dark energy finished it off. The trio fought with precision and fury, but as they caught their breath, they saw countless more Sahuagin swarming up and down the beach, their sinister forms pushing inland toward the heart of Palma Flora. Their battle was far from over.